Headshots on the ground, but headshots standing. This between Brandon Worral from Reps MMA and we've got Sam Cunliffe from Hammer. I'm joined here by Aaron Chatfield.
Two good gyms here, two good fight teams. Brandon Worral with the better experience here. What a beautiful spinning back kick.
Sam's done 4 amateur C bouts before. This is his debut at amateur B. This is Brandon's 3rd amateur B fight. Both obviously going to be good grapplers from good reputable gyms. Sam seems to be very, very confident standing for his first technical standing bout, really.
Yeah. Although that flurry of shots really took him on his back foot.
Yeah, brilliant entry there from Brandon through a flurry, seeing that he had his opponent hurt, going straight for the takedown, which reps are notable for the wrestling and jiu-jitsu as well as standing. Yeah,
he was going for the double, he swapped to the single now, probably the right move, but he's still struggling to get that through. Great 100% of grip there from Cunliffe. He's not really using it enough yet. He's keeping his base spread, which is good, but
very, very wide.
So Worral needs to drop to a single low ankle if he can do, and then sweep that base out of him. It's the right kind of move that he's doing there, but he needs to get the ankle back.
Yeah, I think we're going for the single here. Every time he's trying to pull him down, obviously to Brandon's left, he's pulling both of Sam's legs together. That's where he should capitalise and then switch to a double straight away if that's able to be worked.
You're always going to struggle with the double when that base is spread so wide at the moment. So going back to the double, probably a mistake. He needs to focus on that single. Drop himself down a bit. He's a bit high up at crotch level, and unless he's going for a high crotch, which he isn't, it's quite difficult to get a takedown from there.
Yeah, I think he needs to drop his base a little bit, maybe shoot under, going for that, and then turn towards his left to finish the single. What Sam needs to do is exactly what you said before, the 100% of grip. He needs to be committed to that to stop the double and or single.
Yeah, if he commits to that, starts leaving that shoulder up, he'll soon have at least the position change so that it's Worral with his back against the cage. He may even escape the position completely, go back to the striking, which is where he wants to be.
Yeah, he looked very, very good with his spinning back kick.
Worral managed to get Cunliffe off his feet there, but wasn't able to finish it.
No, it looks like he's trying to go for the double leg again. He's got his hands clasped, his left leg around. Sam's
he's got it! He managed to scoot those hips right back. And your assumption has to be, if he's in this position, this is where he wanted to be. He's got to pass that knee. If he gets if he gets regarded, there was a danger of going for the guillotine, but Cunliffe gave it up very quickly.
Yeah, he tried to pass side control. It looks like Cunliffe's going for trying to retain the guard. He got 10 seconds left in the first round here.
Yeah, using a rubber guard position, but with a butterfly hook in, it's not going to work. So difficult one to call that, because you know, definitely Cunliffe was winning the striking. He looked really slick, looked really nice, controlled the range. Worral had to really fight for that takedown, but he got it.
Yeah, within the takedown, obviously it looks good in the judges' eyes to continue. He was throwing knees to the inner thigh of Sam. Obviously the judge will like to see that as well. It's more of an aggressive point. Sam did very well to prevent the takedown for most of that round. Unfortunately got took down towards the end. And we'll see what the judges say later on, if needs be.
So we've got three-minute rounds in the amateur B class category. It's the first real test of an MMA fighter, I think, amateur B class. I mean, I'm not a big fan of B class, C class fights. I prefer A class with the strikes on the ground. But I think in B class, when you're getting punches and kicks to the head, it's the first real test for a fighter, whether they can handle being punched in the face, you know.
Totally agree. For under 18s, it's perfect to sort of develop them into the sport, and then amateur rating pros there later on when they've been tested and they've got the experience. So I totally agree with that.
So here we go. Cunliffe back to the range he wants to be. Worked really well from this outside range. Worral probably looking for the opportunity to get close. Landed on an uppercut then, though. Worral is the more aggressive striker when he gets in close. He's got that takedown nice and early.
Brilliant takedown there from Brandon. It looks like Sam's trying to cage walk here, but Brandon's savvy to that and pulling away from the cage bit by bit.
I don't mind. I think cage walking can work. It's good. It gets you that extra few inches of boost. But unless you're still focusing on the technique,
yes,
it's not going to work. You can't just climb the walls and think, oh, great, I've climbed the walls. You've got to still have control of that arm. You've still got to have the escape down.
What's surprising me here, these two are young kids. Brandon's 16 and Sam's 15, and they both seem to already experienced fighters. You've got Brandon on top here, who seems to be a seasoned grappler. Just 2 weeks ago at Grapple Nation, he won gold at novice, so he seems comfortable and he's throwing knees. It's brilliant.
Yeah, big knees going in there. Difficult to finish a fight with those knees, but certainly they're doing damage, and sometimes a war of attrition is the most appropriate strategy.
His crossface there wasn't as strong as it should have been, and that's how Sam got out, switched himself to north-south position and then retained guard more or less, and Brandon's fighting to get past it again. Nice
up kick there. It was borderline whether Worral was back to his feet, but it landed.
Sam's back to his feet. Brandon again looking for that takedown. He knows where he's comfortable. He's fighting for it. Sam needs to go to that 100% grip just like he was in the first round, but he's not excused it at this time.
Yeah, and if he's on his back, he needs to get to guard. He needs to start working his submissions. He can't afford to be in a difficult position. And that, again, he's done it again, which is a half butterfly guard and then go for the sort of rubber guard. Like, it's never going to work. You haven't got enough control of the hips to be able to get away with that.
No, the way I see a lot of rubber guard being played is when you've got the foot on your opponent's hip, where you've got more movement with your hips.
On the hip, not under the hip.
On the
That's
hip,
the big
right,
difference.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon's now past the side control. Sam's using that cage again, but he's literally just resting his foot on it. Looks like he's not using any momentum, which Brandon's loving at the minute. He used to use that crossface a bit harder to control side control with him.
He's recovered half guard. It's one of my favourite positions, both top and bottom. You can do a lot from there, but you can't do it if you lay flat on your back. So Cunliffe straight away needs to start getting onto his side, sitting up slightly, getting himself, a little bit more space to work with.
Yeah, he needs to get from where we are now. He needs to get his left underhook turned to his right hip and try and stand up, because Brandon, when he's just took him out, when Brandon's on top, he's controlling the whole bout, and in the judges' eyes, he's winning the round.
So Mount is a dominating position, but in amateur B class, no headshots on the ground. Actually, it's not a fight finishing position.
No, unless you're going for an arm triangle or a triangle from top or something like that. It's not the best position to be because they can book you harder. That's why you said before, from top and bottom, half guard side control is a more dominant position, especially in this rule set.
And the danger is whenever you're trying to finish from mount and you haven't got strikes, then you are in a position that you've got to give up that position to finish the submission.
I don't know about you, Aaron. I would lean towards Brandon with both rounds here. He's got the takedowns. He's past the guard.
Yeah, no doubt. I think Cunliffe has looked great on his feet, but he hasn't been able to keep it on his feet and at range. He did better in the first round than he did in the second round.
Yes, Sam on his feet looks comfortable, he looks confident, he just wants to stay there, but Brandon's not letting it. Brandon's controlling the bout right now. He's taking him against the cage, he's taking him down, he's passing his guard. He's not doing much from the side control. He's looking for the mount, which he obviously gained in the end of the second round, but I think there might be a finish in the third round here.
Yeah. Interestingly, Worral is absolutely a reps fighter, isn't he? You know, he's got that rep style, that grindy, horrible style that the reps are known for.
Yeah, he's all the reps guys seem to be amazing at the wrestling, and if you're good at it, stick to it.
So Cunliffe back on his feet. It's just, it looks crisp, it looks great, but he's got to keep it there to finish this fight. And I think he does need to finish the fight now.
He needs to go for it. He needs to circle, not let Brandon get him against the cage. Brilliant trade of shots there. Brandon's going straight for the takedown again. He's tried to go 100% grip. It's not worked. Brandon, brilliant takedown.
Cunliffe's striking is great until he's under pressure.
Yes.
Both times that Worral's been able to get the takedowns, and the third time now, it's been on the back of an aggressive flurry of shots when Cunliffe hasn't really been defending appropriately. He's covered his face and he's not really been paying attention to the wrestling.
Sam needs to let go of this headlock here. When you're in side control, unless you've got super strength, it's very, very difficult to finish. He needs to get rid of it, get the left underhook, get to his right hip, and start trying to recover guard, or for another option, stand up. He's not doing much from this position.
You're also at risk of the Von Flue choke.
Yeah, and I've seen that on a few occasions in these sort of rule sets when there's limited striking opportunities from the ground, but there's more submissions there for you.
So Cunliffe has managed to regain half guard. I can't see from this position whether he's still got the guillotine position in. If he has, it is possible to finish it. I think he's given it up, actually.
Brandon's in half guard. He looks strong. He's trying to pass through to side control. Looks like Sam's going to recover guard if he's smart.
But again, he's done it again. He's working that left leg in the rubber guard position, but his right leg's all the way through to Worral's right hip.
Yeah. Brandon could easily just push that through and step to side control. Obviously, he never noticed it, but it's hindering more than helping him.
Yeah, he's got to start working that leg through before he starts going to the rubber guard position.
Personally, if that's what his game is, I would personally wrap around Brandon's right arm, use the underhook on his right leg, which is now lost, and try and sweep him, butterfly him, scissor sweep, something that's there. Maybe that's something for a next game plan.
And Worral was just able to slip straight through to a mounted position. He'll sit up, he'll throw the shots to the body, and I think if he sees the armbar, I think he'll go for it, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah, Sam's trying to flip his legs over, try and get the arms of Brandon, but Brandon's got a good base. He's getting high mount. When he's pushing Sam's pushing his hands up, he's getting higher and higher, Brandon.
He needs to do a little bit more from this mount position. Look, is he looking for a choke? Cross-arm choke? He is. Difficult to finish. He's given that up.
I think from here he needs to, it looks like he's going for the arm then to try and do an armbar. Maybe push under the elbow on one or both of the arms, get higher armbar, triangle, that sort of thing.
10 seconds, he's doing the right thing. Just flurry, just make sure you won the round. And that's enough to win that round. I think he's won the fight.
Yeah, that was a brilliant performance by Brandon. All 3 rounds. Sam shouldn't be digging himself with his performance from stand-up. Amazing. I want to see that kid again. Stand up more. If he just works on that 100% defence, I think we'll be able to see him in the future. Both young fighters.